If someone handed you a list of everything you spent money on last month, every single transaction, every single purchase, do you think you would be proud of that list? Or do you think you would be surprised by it? Not embarrassed necessarily, not ashamed, just surprised. Because here is what I have learned about money and spending. The things that keep most people poor are not the obvious ones. They are not the giant mistakes or the reckless decisions or the things that feel clearly wrong in the moment. The things that keep most people financially stuck are the purchases that feel completely normal, completely justified, completely fine. They are the everyday things, the regular things, the things you buy without thinking twice because you have been buying them for so long they have become invisible. And invisible spending is the most expensive kind there is. Today, we are going through 10 things that people buy regularly that quietly keep them poor without them ever realizing it. And I want to be clear. This is not about living like you have nothing. This is not about cutting every small joy out of your life. This is about understanding which purchases are working for you and which ones are working against you. Because once you can see the difference, really see it, you cannot unsee it. Let's get into it. Number 1. Convenience in all its forms. Convenience is probably the most expensive thing most people pay for without realizing they are paying for it at all. And the tricky thing about convenience is that it never feels like a luxury. It feels like a necessity. It feels like just what life costs. Let me show you what I mean. You are tired after work, so you order delivery instead of cooking. You pay for the food, the delivery fee, the service fee, and the tip. Convenience. You are running late, so you grab coffee and breakfast at a cafe instead of making it at home. You pay 4 times what it would have cost. Convenience. You need something for tomorrow, so you pay for express shipping instead of waiting. You pay an extra $15. Convenience. You do not want to carry bags on the subway, so you take a rideshare. You pay $22 for a trip that would have cost $2.50. Convenience. None of these feel like luxury purchases. All of them feel like solutions to real problems. But when you add up how much of your monthly spending goes toward the premium of convenience, not toward the actual product or service, but toward the premium of having it right now, right here, without effort, most people are paying anywhere from $200 to $500 a month just for the privilege of doing things the easy way. And here's the thing, wealthy people value their time too, but they build systems and habits that reduce the need to pay for convenience impulsively. They meal prep on Sundays, they keep their car filled, they buy in advance, they plan. Not because they cannot afford convenience, but because they understand that the cost of convenience paid 100 times over is a very expensive habit. Number 2. Things bought on credit that depreciate immediately. There is a specific kind of purchase that is quietly one of the most financially destructive habits a person can have, and it is this: buying things on credit that lose value the moment you own them. A new phone on a payment plan, a new outfit on a credit card, a new piece of furniture financed over 12 months, a new appliance bought on a store card. These purchases have 2 things in common. 1, they lose value immediately. The phone is worth less than you paid for it the moment you activate it. The outfit is worth a fraction of retail the moment it leaves the store. 2, you are paying interest on something that is simultaneously losing value. So not only does the thing cost more than the sticker price because of interest, it is also worth less every single day. You are paying more for something worth less, in both directions simultaneously. This is one of the quietest wealth destroyers there is, because the purchase feels fine in the moment. It felt affordable because it was spread out. It felt justified because you needed it or wanted it. But the financial reality is that you paid $800 for a $600 phone that is worth $400 by the time you pay it off. The math is never in your favor. Number 3, lottery tickets and gambling in any form. Now, before anyone closes this video, hear me out. I am not making a moral argument. I am making a mathematical one. The lottery is statistically one of the worst financial decisions a person can make on a regular basis. The odds of winning the jackpot are so astronomically small that they are genuinely difficult to comprehend. You are more likely to be struck by lightning twice than to win a major lottery. But millions of people spend $5, $10, $20 a week on lottery tickets because the dream of the win feels worth the small cost. Here's the thing about that. $10 a week on lottery tickets is $520 a year. $520 a year invested consistently in a simple index fund at an average return of 8% over 30 years becomes over $65,000. You did not win the lottery, but you built something real with the same money without the astronomical odds. The lottery is not a financial strategy. It is hope taxed. And hope taxed consistently over decades is a genuinely significant amount of real wealth never built. Number 4. Extended warranties on most things. This one is going to surprise some people. Every time you buy an appliance, an electronic, a piece of technology, the store offers you an extended warranty, and it feels responsible to take it. It feels like protection, like the smart, financially cautious move. But here is what the data actually says. Extended warranties are one of the highest margin products retailers sell, which means they make enormous profits on them, which means the math heavily favors the store, not you. In most cases, the item either breaks within the manufacturer's warranty period, in which case the extended warranty was unnecessary, or it never breaks at all, in which case the extended warranty was also unnecessary. The slice of scenarios where the extended warranty actually saves you money is surprisingly small. The financially smarter move is what is called self-insuring. Every time you would have spent $30 or $50 or $80 on an extended warranty, put that money in a small, dedicated fund instead. After a year or two of doing this, you have a meaningful amount sitting there that covers any repair or replacement that actually happens. You insured yourself, and you kept the money. Number 5. Brand name everything when the generic works just as well. This one is deeply psychological and deeply expensive. There are certain categories of spending where the brand name genuinely matters, where the quality difference is real and the premium is justified. And then there are vast categories of spending where the brand name is almost entirely marketing, and the generic version is functionally identical. Medications. The active ingredients in generic medications are legally required to be identical to the brand name version. The pill works the same. The price is dramatically lower. Pantry staples. The store brand flour, sugar, salt, canned goods, pasta, identical quality, fraction of the cost. Cleaning products, the same chemicals, different bottle, dramatically different price. Basic clothing basics, plain t-shirts, socks, undershirts. The brand name label on the inside of something nobody sees is costing you real money. A household that switches thoughtfully to generic on the categories where it genuinely makes no difference can save anywhere from $150 to $400 a month without changing their lifestyle in any meaningful way. The items are identical, only the label is different, and the label costs more than most people realize. Number 6. Buying new when used works perfectly fine. There is an entire world of high-quality, perfectly functional secondhand goods that most people never tap into because new feels better, new feels cleaner, new feels like a reward. And there is nothing wrong with enjoying new things. But the financial cost of always defaulting to new is significant and largely invisible. A car loses roughly 15 to 20% of its value in the first year of ownership. The person who buys it new absorbs that depreciation. The person who buys it 2 years old inherits a car that is functionally almost identical to the new one, but costs significantly less. Furniture, electronics, clothing, books, exercise equipment, tools, kitchen appliances, all of these have thriving secondhand markets where the quality is excellent and the price is a fraction of retail. The financially intentional person asks one question before buying anything new. Does a used version of this exist that would serve the exact same purpose? Sometimes the answer is no. Often the answer is yes, and the habit of asking the question is worth developing. Number 7. Things you buy to feel better temporarily. This is the emotional spending conversation again, but from a slightly different angle. Because this time we are not just talking about the impulse buy after a hard day. We are talking about the entire category of purchases made to generate a feeling rather than to meet a genuine need. The retail therapy shopping trip, the treat-yourself purchase after a stressful week, the upgrade bought to feel more successful, the new thing bought to feel more motivated, the new gym outfit that was supposed to make you start going, the new journal that was supposed to make you start writing, the new planner that was supposed to make you get organized. Things bought not for what they do, but for how owning them is supposed to feel. The problem with spending to feel better is that the feeling is temporary and the cost is permanent. The new thing provides relief or excitement or motivation for a brief window. Then it becomes just another thing. And the original feeling that drove the purchase, the stress, the boredom, the dissatisfaction, returns, sometimes louder than before, because now there is also a credit card charge attached to it. Number 8. Subscriptions to things you could do yourself for free. We have talked about unused subscriptions before, but this is a slightly different category. Subscriptions to things that duplicate something you already have access to for free or nearly free. The meditation app when YouTube has thousands of free guided meditations, the fitness app with workout videos when YouTube has an entire free fitness ecosystem, the audiobook subscription when your local library gives you free audiobook access through an app, the meal planning subscription when dozens of free meal planning tools exist online, the news subscription for an outlet that has significant free content available. These subscriptions are not useless. They have convenience and interface advantages. But when you are building wealth, the question is always, am I paying for this because it genuinely serves me better than the free version? Or am I paying for it because I signed up once and never thought about it again? Number 9. Too much house or too much car? This one is the biggest ticket item on the list and the one with the most significant financial consequences. In most people's budgets, the two largest expenses are housing and transportation. And in both categories, there is a powerful social and psychological pull towards spending at the top of what you can qualify for, rather than at the comfortable middle of what you actually need. The bank says you qualify for a $400,000 mortgage, so $400,000 feels like the budget. But the bank is not thinking about your retirement. The bank is not thinking about your investment account. The bank is not thinking about your financial flexibility. The bank is thinking about the maximum amount it can lend you while still being reasonably confident you will make the payments. The same logic applies to cars. The dealer shows you what you can afford in monthly payments, and the monthly payment becomes the budget rather than the total cost. The financially intentional move is to buy meaningfully below what you qualify for in both categories. Not embarrassingly below, not uncomfortably below, just below, with the difference going somewhere it builds rather than somewhere it decorates. Number 10. Your future self's time and health. This last one is not a product. It is a category of neglect that has a very real financial cost that most people only understand when the bill arrives. Not going to the dentist regularly because it is expensive, until the root canal costs 10 times what the regular checkup would have. Not maintaining the car because the service feels like an unnecessary expense, until the breakdown costs 3 times the maintenance. Not investing in any form of physical health, until the health consequences create medical costs and reduced earning capacity down the line. Not learning new skills or investing in professional development, until the career stagnates and the income plateaus. These are the purchases, or more accurately, the non-purchases, that compound in the most damaging direction. Every skipped maintenance appointment is a deferred cost that almost always grows before it is eventually paid. Taking care of things costs less than replacing them. Taking care of yourself costs less than treating what was neglected. Your future self is going to arrive, whether you invest in them or not. The only question is whether they arrive with options or without them. So there they are, 10 things people buy or fail to invest in that quietly keep them poor without them ever realizing it. Not one of them is a dramatic mistake. Not one of them feels wrong in the moment. That is exactly what makes them so expensive. The goal is not to stop spending. The goal is to spend on purpose, to know what each purchase is actually doing in your financial life, whether it is building something or quietly eroding something, whether it is serving your future or only serving your right now. Because every dollar has a direction, and the question worth asking, the one most people never ask, is which direction is mine going? I am Zara, and we are just getting started.